you. Prosecutor, call your next witness.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls Tyler Badaracco.
Okay. Well, sir, just watch your step. Once you get up next to the witness stand, can you put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. Once you're comfortable and seated, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Tyler Badaracco, Badaracco.
Thank you. Prosecutor?
Sir, can you tell us what you do for a living?
I'm an operations manager for an electrical contracting business.
Are you actually an electrician?
I've grown up in the trade.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you some questions about your role in a certain fire company. Are you a member of Volonteer fire company?
Yes, sir.
And where?
Coltank,
Okay, and approximately how long have you been a member of that fire company?
roughly 19 years.
Just going to ask you to keep your voice up a little bit just so everyone can hear you. So you said about 19 years?
Yes.
Okay. I want to draw you back to November 20th of 2018. Do you remember that time frame?
Yes.
And what was your role in the fire company back then?
I was the chief of the department.
Okay. Now, specifically, I want to refer to the early afternoon of November 20th, 2018. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Do you remember if you received a call regarding a fire in Colts Neck?
Yes, I did.
Do you know where you were at the time you received that call?
I was at work on a project in the Meadowlands.
The Meadowlands up north?
Yes.
Now, as a result of that, did you do anything?
I got my stuff together and headed down to the fire.
Okay. So when you say the fire, do you recall the address?
15 Willowbrook.
Okay. Now, do you recall approximately what time you arrived at the scene there?
It was between 1:45 and 2 o'clock.
Do you recall whether or not you went to the firehouse first or to the residence?
I went to the firehouse first to get my chief's vehicle, and then I headed to the fire.
Okay. And upon arrival at 15 Willowbrook, can you just tell us generally what you observed?
There was still heavy smoke and an active fire ongoing. There was a lot of agencies on scene, police, fire, EMS. Their fire operations was well underway at that time.
Okay. Now, just for purposes of some clarification, I just want to show you I want to show you some photos from S1E in 15 Willowbrook. Is it okay? Andy, Monica, is it okay if I publish some photos? Okay. Can we have the back table, please? Thank you. And again, this is S1E. I'm going to ask if you could put up slide 3, please. Do you recognize what's depicted in that photo?
Yes, that's the front of the residence of 15 Willowbrook.
Okay. Now, is that a fair depiction of what the scene looked like upon your arrival that day?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as like where the fire was worse, would it be in the front or the back of the house visually?
Visually, it would be towards the front left side, called the AB corner.
Okay, you say AB, so we talk about A being the front of the house, B being going around clockwise. So the B side would that be the east side of the residence?
Yes.
Could I have slide 12, please? You recognize that?
Yes, sir.
And what does that show?
That's also the front of the house in that AB corner with heavy fire blowing out of the windows.
Can I just have slide 11, please, as well? Do you recognize that photo?
Yes, that's the east side, the B side of the residence, and also showing part of the back that heavy fire shown.
Okay. The area just, there's a firefighter in that photo, correct?
Yes.
And is that you or someone else?
That's one of our guys.
Okay. But it's not you?
No.
Now, just underneath where the water's being shot, is that the entrance to the basement?
Yes.
Now, your guys, as you said, members of the Colts Neck Fire Department, do you recall approximately how many of your guys were there that day?
On the initial, we had 7 guys from our department there.
Were there more that came later?
Yes,
Now, during the course of operations like this, do people need to get breaks and things like that?
correct.
Okay. Now, as far as upon your arrival, were you briefed by anyone at the scene, like a commander or anything like that?
Yes, the ex-chief at the time, Mike Burke, he had the scene. He was the incident commander with the help of one of the Naval Weapons Station Earl Chiefs. When I got there, I had a briefing with him, did a 360 on the house, and we went from there.
Okay. Now, where, if you know, were the guys from your department upon your arrival?
The guys from my department were in this side of the house, on the east side, and as well as the front side of the residence.
Could I just also have slide 9, please? S1E. Do you recognize what's depicted in that photograph?
Yes, it's the rear of the residence.
Okay, does that accurately depict observations that you made upon arrival that day?
Yes,
Okay. So you said your guys are in the basement. Is that accurate?
correct.
Now, I just want to ask you, what was your role once you got there as the fire chief?
Managing fire suppression.
Okay, and how do you manage fire suppression? Can you tell us about that?
Incident command. There was multiple chiefs and multiple other township agencies that were there assisting in fire suppression. So staffing, resources, staging.
Things like deciding like who needs a break and how do we get more guys to replace them and things like that?
Correct.
Okay. Now, obviously, at some point that day, you're ultimately going to leave the scene, correct? Is that
You have to say yes or no.
We're just recording, just need to be clear. So at some point you did, based upon the status of the fire?
Yes. Later on that evening, I left for some time.
Was that because the fire was, under control or out or something else?
Fire was out. Overhaul was complete. We remained on scene to monitor any hot spots or any flare-ups for that location. So we left the crew on scene overnight.
Okay. When you first arrived that day, as the fire chief, and this is your town, obviously, correct?
Correct.
Do you ask about utilities when you get there?
Yes.
And when we talk about utilities, what are you asking about?
To know the status of the gas and electric into the residence, mainly to make sure that with guys operating on the interior that there aren't any other potential issues with them operating inside with electrocution or additional flame.
Okay, without telling us specifically what people told you, did you learn whether or not the gas had been shut off?
At that time, I don't recall getting brought up to date on the gas.
Okay, what about the electric?
The electric, yes.
Did you specifically ask how the electric was turned off?
We were told when I was there, the Jersey Central representative came up to the command post and said that he disabled the electric at the street.
Now, had you been to fires and other situations where JCP&L or whoever turns the electric off at the street?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not the first time you've encountered that, correct?
Correct.
Is there another way to shut it off?
Yes, the meter on the side of the house can be removed, and that'll turn the power off into the house, and it'll just be live back to the street.
Okay. And again, I think you, upon arrival, learned that they did it the street way, right?
Correct.
And in your experience, is there any reason to do it that way?
There's a few different reasons. If that area where the meter is located is compromised, or if it's easier for the utility just to pull up the cutouts at the street for access or whatever.
So, you indicated previously that at some point you leave 15 Willowbrook because the fire's out, but you're going to leave a crew overnight, correct?
Correct.
Now, before you left the scene, what, if anything, did you do?
Before we left the scene, myself and some of the other chiefs, along with the representative from the fire marshals, we did a 360 on the house. We just wanted to make sure that everything was safe for leaving a crew overnight. So we went for a walk.
Okay. What, if any, observations do you make when you go for the walk around the property?
At that time, we left the command post. We headed west towards the D side of the building. Our main objective was to make sure that utilities were disabled for safety precautions. At that time, we found the meter pan with the cover off and the meter on the ground. Also, we checked the generator. The home had a backup generator. We wanted to make sure that that generator was in the off position. When we inspected the generator had been disabled prior. And for precaution, we disabled the breaker that fed the house, just in case something did go wrong and the generator did start. It wouldn't feed power into the house. And we also disabled the disconnect that was the feed from the solar array that was on the west side of the residence.
Okay, so you mentioned the solar array on the west side of the residence, correct?
Correct.
You mentioned the electrical panel,
The meter pan, yes.
meter pan, and then you also mentioned the generator, correct?
Correct.
Now, starting with respect to that solar panel, and I think we've all kind of seen photos, can you tell us the condition you found it and what, if anything, you did to it, to be clear?
The solar panels were, the disconnect that fed back into the house was still in the closed position, so power could be fed that way. We opened that disconnect up to eliminate any sort of.
Okay, so you're trying to eliminate any ability of that solar panel to feed the house.
Correct.
Now, had that solar panel been feeding the house prior to going around and looking at it? Like,
Yes.
okay. Now, as far as storage goes, did you make any determinations regarding the solar panel and storage or anything like that?
Did not.
Okay. Now, respect to the meter, I wanted to just, if I could show you what S1E, I'm going to show you quickly slide 20. You recognize what's depicted in that photo?
Yes.
And what's that generally?
That is the east side or the D side of the residence behind the garage.
Okay. And then I'm just going to show you slide 22, the same. Recognize that?
Yes.
What do you see there?
That is the meter pan that feeds the house.
Okay. And was that the condition that you first saw it on November 20th, 2018?
Correct.
And then can I have slide 23, please? This is S1E still. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Is that just a little closer up picture?
Yes.
And do you see anything on the ground there?
The cover to the meter pan.
And then also S1, I'm sorry.
And also the meter in the shrubs.
Okay. I'm going to show you slide 24 of S1E. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What's that?
That is the meter to the house.
Okay. Now, were you made aware of anyone that had contact with that meter panel prior to your inspection of it?
We discussed it with the incident command team. Nobody was instructed to remove that meter or do anything with the power. Jersey Central was called to disconnect the power from the house. That's where we stopped.
Now, fair to say, as fire chief and as a firefighter, have you been to many fire scenes?
Yes.
And have you paid attention to electric at those fire scenes in the past?
Yes.
Now, is it normal to find the meter on the ground?
No.
Is it normal to encounter a meter that doesn't have that door on it?
No.
Would your firefighters ever, under your command, take the door off and leave it on the ground?
Just kidding. Speculative.
If you know.
They would ever However, Judge, in this case, they didn't.
If you know, have you ever had a situation where someone took the actual door off the meter in one of your fire investigations?
Not in my 19 years of doing this.
Okay.
Now, I want to direct your attention, I think you went next to the generator, correct?
Correct.
And could I have slide 26, please? Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Now, does that fairly and accurately depict the generator that you located or made observations of at Keith Caneiro's house on November 20th?
Yes.
Now, those two front doors that we're looking at, what are we looking at there?
Those are the compartment doors to the engine for the generator.
See, I'm going to show you a few photos from S1C, 15 Willowbrook.
Mr. Decker, I'm going to cut you now, just for lunchtime, and then we'll start back up.
Okay.
All right. We are going to continue with our witness. Sir, I'm going to remind you that you're still under oath. This is State of New Jersey versus Paul Caneiro, indictment 19-020283. Can I have the appearances of counsel for the afternoon?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Prosecutor Nicole Wallace on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Judge Chris Decker for the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Monica Mastalone on behalf of Mr. Paul Caneiro, who's present.
Good afternoon, Judge Andy Murray for Mr. Caneiro.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Caneiro. All right. And we're ready to go.
Can you have that back table again? We're on S1C for the record, Judge.
Okay.
Could I have slide 222? We'll ignore that for a minute. Now, Mr. Badaracco, I think you already indicated this is the generator at 15 Willowbrook Drive, correct?
Correct.
Now, could I have slide 223, please? You recognize what that shows?
Yes.
Is that one of the front two doors we saw?
Yes.
And what's in there?
The engine for the generator.
Could I have slide 224, please? What do you see there?
It's the control panel for the generator.
Does it look the same as it did when you looked at it on November 20th, 2018?
Yes.
Could I have slide 226? Recognize what that shows?
Yes.
What is that right there?
That's the compartment where the on-off and automatic switch are for the generator controls.
Okay. Can I have slide 227, please? You recognize that photo?
Yes.
What's it show?
It shows that the generator's been disabled. The light indicating on the right side bottom is that the generator is off.
Okay. If I may approach, Ron?
Ken?
Now, I believe you could kind of see there's a light on in that picture. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Could you just put a little square around that light? And what does that light indicate?
That the generator's been disabled?
It's been disabled?
Yes.
Okay. Was that light on when you first observed it?
Yes.
And is there any other switch that would have made that light come on?
This switch, there's a rocker switch up on next to the lights that'll have the generator either run or stop or run in automatic.
Can you point out that switch?
Square?
Yes. Okay. Now that's toggled to run or something else?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, again, that's the photograph, or slide 227. Is that consistent with the way that you found the generator on November 20th?
Yes.
Okay. Can we preserve that, please?
Print that as 227.1.
Could I have slide 229, please? Do you reckon, can you hit undo on the bottom right corner, sir? That's okay. You recognize that photograph?
Yes.
What's in that photograph?
The compartment on the right is the breaker that will feed the house when the generator is in operation.
Okay. Now, on that, one of those doors, there appears to be a switch visible.
Yes.
What's that switch?
That switch is the breaker, and you can have that in the open position, which won't send power from the generator to the house, or the closed position, which will send power to the house.
Can I see slide 230, please? Do you recognize that?
Yes,
What's that?
that's the breaker,
And does it indicate that it's in the on or off position?
the off position.
And how is it when you found it?
It was in the on position.
Okay. Who put it in the off position? Why did you do that?
Because we were leaving a crew there overnight, and just to eliminate any potential risk of an event happening in the home, or if the generator did turn on for some reason, we disabled it so that there wouldn't be any power to the home.
Now, just to be clear, though, was it disabled prior to you shutting it off?
Yes,
Okay. So is it fair to say this is just another step to make sure it's off?
correct.
Now, was there a point in time when you were asked to come back to the scene at a later date?
Yes,
Okay, and did you meet with any detectives?
yes.
And during the course of your interaction with the detectives, did you explain any findings that you had made from November 20th, 2018 about the generator?
Correct.
Okay. And was there a point in time that they showed you a photograph?
Yes,
And you recall what the purpose of the photograph was?
yes.
And what was that?
To show what I initially found when we inspected the generator, if it was disabled or in the run position.
I may approach, Ron.
Okay.
Just going to show you what's been marked as S405 for identification. Do you recognize that?
Yes,
And what is that?
that's the picture that I was shown when I met with the detectives. It's my signature. There.
Okay. And you circled something on that photo, correct?
Yes,
And why'd you circle that?
that's the breaker that I disabled.
Thank you. Can you turn Can we go to the front defense table? This is my first time. Mr. Badaracco, what's on the screen in front of you and on the big screen over here? Is that the photograph I just showed you, S405?
Yes,
And does that indicate that you circled something and signed and dated it?
yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Okay. Ross?
Mr. Badaracco, I'm just going to ask you about a couple things. The first thing I want to, just in reverse order, regarding when you arrived on scene, we just talked about the generator, right? And with the generator, tell me if I'm understanding correctly. The generator itself, which we saw, it's the machine, the blue-green machine. It has two different mechanisms on the machine itself where you could turn it on or off, essentially.
Yes, basically, yes.
Okay. And those
Can you speak up? Thank you.
those two mechanisms, one is called like an emergency stop or something. Did I get that right?
Yes,
And the other one is like the main breaker.
correct.
And just so we're clear, when the purpose of what you were explaining to the jury is simply to say, when you arrived, the emergency stop was off, correct?
Correct.
And you then later also disconnected the main breaker or turned off the generator via the main breaker.
Yes,
Okay, so it's like, I think as the prosecutor said, it's sort of just an extra step or an extra way to turn it off.
correct.
Okay, so it was turned off prior to you being there the first way, and then the second way you later turned off.
Yes,
Okay. With respect to the solar panels, those were normal upon arrival, and you guys disconnected them, or I'm going to use a colloquial term and just say you turned them off.
correct.
Okay. And with respect to the electrical meter, that was also something you testified to, and what we learned is that the electrical panel or meter was disconnected. The meter was disconnected from the panel. Did I say that right?
Yes,
And it was on the ground, right?
Right.
And what you explained was that to your knowledge, your people did not do that,
correct.
and that you found it like that.
Correct.
Now, when I say your people, what fire department are you from again?
Colsneck?
Holtzneck. But I think you also mentioned on direct that there were a variety of different fire departments there that day.
Correct.
I'm just going to run through some of them, and if you can tell me whether or not you agree they were there that day, just let me know. Do you recall Earl Fire Department
Yes,
and Coltsneck Fire Department,
yes,
Glendola Fire Company,
yes,
Howell Township Fire Department,
yes,
Marlboro Fire Company,
yes,
Millstone Fire District,
yes.
the Monmouth County Fire Marshal at some point,
Yep.
Seabright Fire Rescue,
I don't remember if they were there or not.
and Shrewsbury Fire Department.
I don't remember if they were there or not.
What about Southern Fire Department?
Yes,
And Tinton Falls Fire Company?
yes.
And lastly, Union Beach Fire Department.
I don't remember if they were there or not.
Okay, so it sounds like you remember 9 of the 12 I just
Yes.
mentioned. Okay. Lastly, the only other thing I want to ask you about, sir, is we've heard a lot of testimony about A, B, C, D corners and of houses, sides of houses, and northeast, west, south. Just so we can orient ourselves, I'm gonna these have been previously published. I'm gonna just put up on the screen here. It's D1-300. 301. I'm going to do D-301. And, sir, is this, do you recognize this as 15 Willowbrook?
Yes.
You responded to that structure that day?
Yes.
And does that accurately depict the structure as you saw it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind just taking that same pen that you had and just marking the A, B, C, D sides? Okay. So if I'm understanding correctly, the front is the A, and then we go clockwise around the house.
Correct.
Okay. And now, if you don't mind, if you could also, if we could capture that.
This is 301.3, I believe.
And then, can you also designate northeast, southwest on that as well? Okay. And the west side of that house is going toward Route 34?
Correct.
Did we capture that?
301.4.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Okay, so any redirect?
No, Judge, thank you.
Sir, you can step down.